Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek. Thanks for your support. If you guys enjoy the videos and you watch a couple times a week and you want to support us or just want more coin action from us, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And that way, if you didn't know, we do put out videos about every day of the week basically. And also, if you just want to help us out and share the numismatic information that you see here, you can always go ahead and like, share, and comment. Commenting is always a good thing. It helps out the Googleplex and the algorithms and all that good stuff. Also, for those of you who feel like you want to throw us a little hat tip in the hat jar, we do have a couple of different membership levels. They're pretty inexpensive, and one of them gets you a little extra content weekly, just me babbling some more about coins and the week that was at the store and things of that nature, a little bit behind the scenes type stuff. Go ahead and click on the little Abraham Lincoln icon at the end of the video, and without further ado, I don't talk. This is really a bad show already, so let's just keep rolling with it. All right, there was a back and forth about artificial toning between Jay Pepetigo, music stuff, Tom Talley, and et cetera, et cetera. And the takeaway from this is that someone had said a couple things. One, that NGC is more lenient on artificial toning than PCGS. And the second one, someone made a comment, well, these tokens aren't as valuable, so they go ahead and certify them. Now, the first point is I'm not sure that I'd agree with the comment about, well, NGC is more lenient. I've had a whole lot of stuff come back questionable color from NGC. In fact, that's where we get the term questionable color from for one of our membership levels. So there's that. And as far as the value goes, this is the one that's hard for me because I think that there's truth to it. You know, I just think that it's natural for anyone who is a grader to have an understanding of the market value of certain items and to automatically become more strict or severe or critical of a coin that has a little bit of color to it if it's an expensive coin. Right? If it's not an expensive coin, they might be, you know, it doesn't matter as much. So I think there's a little bit of truth to that comment. Mike McAllister says, I hate all these adverbs and numismatics because they sound like they're meant to be marketing gimmicks and schemes. Blast white, blazing white, jet black, what's next, iridescent, supernova, rainbow blue. Man, did you trademark that? Because I'm taking that one. The supernova rainbow blue. I like that one. Yeah, yes, yes, and yes. And you know what's kind of a fun study is to go ahead and read through auction catalogs. Read through auction catalogs and just kind of see how they talk about things with their adjectives and all their word usage, adverbs, adjectives. Once again, all the English teachers, I know, I'm sorry, it's not my forte. But the point is, read through the marketing that happens when you look at an auction catalog and see what people are saying and how they say it. To me, that's one of the most fascinating things. All right, Doug says, thanks, Ben, for doing an episode on ancients. Would like your view on ancient submittals versus having the raw coins to actually touch. Also, a discussion on the NGC price difference on the amount of detail provided on the ancient label would be nice to understand as well. Okay, so ancients have different levels and different label types, and so you can send coins in to get graded by NGC, and depending on which tier you pick to send them into, you can either get a basic grade which just says extra fine, you know, very fine, or you can get it to give you the strike quality and the surface quality on a level of 5, right? So 1 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5, that kind of thing. And so those cost different amounts. Also, you get more information about the coin on the label for the more expensive tier that gives you the strike and surface quality numbers. So the current price on the more common basic tier level is $28, and then on the more advanced level is $45. And it's, you know, depending on the type of coins you're sending in, there's always that value proposition. But it's pretty nice to get the extended grades, I think. I love the fact that they use surface quality and strike quality as a part of the metrics for the coin that you're looking at. I think that there's something lost in the U.S. grading market today with the way that we grade coins, and it would benefit the market to have more superlatives, right? We were just talking about those extra. Maybe they can go ahead and put the color code classification on there for us, the supernova rainbow, right? So, man, that label is going to come out of NGC. I just know it is. The supernova rainbow. Anyway, back to the NGC grading question about ancients. And so I prefer the expanded listing because it gives more information about the coin instead of just having a very basic listing of Lystra or Derby or wherever. It'll actually then go on to say what the design is on the front and the back of the coin, the obverse and the reverse respectively. And that's always good to me because sometimes I'm not 100% sure on some of those ancients what they are. Now, to get to whether or not you like ancients graded or not and the price points, this one gets a little sticky and tricky, and it depends on which school of thought you come from. The old school collectors, I would put myself mostly in that category, really prefer raw coins. And I've always kind of been of that mindset, and there's a certain point at which you accept the marketplace that's around you. There are still things that I own that I like to have raw. Lots of times it'll be an ancient coin, a medieval medallion, something like that, because I'm comfortable with what it is and I like it, and I don't care what the grade is. It's just a coin that I enjoy to own. So I have argued, and I will continue to argue, that it's actually very good for the ancient coin market to have coin grading because it is something that really takes down the barriers. It takes down the barricades for collectors. For the average coin collector who doesn't have a lot of interest in ancients, but only wants a few of the more famous coins like the Athenian owl, something along those lines, it's really helpful for them to have a coin that is certified as real and also with the details on it. And as soon as you get someone's interest sparked by having that coin in their hand and you're looking at it, the more that they can look at other ancients and learn how to read the labels and understand what the coin is. It's got the date on there, it's got the breakdown of where the coin is from and the denomination and the metal it's made out of. Now, I realize that you go to a coin show and there's lots of ancient dealers there that have the same stuff. But for someone who's just starting to get into the ancient market, it's very difficult for them to approach. They feel very intimidated by going to an ancient dealer and buying raw coins, even though all the information is on there. So I happen to think that it's a good thing. I know that a lot of ancient and medieval coins sell at a higher premium certified, but I think that's just because of the information that's on there. It's not because of the grade. Unlike US coins where it's all about the grade, lots of times you'll see the same coin that was $40 raw be $80 slabbed or more, and that's because the buyer feels more confident in knowing exactly what they have in front of them. It's an argument, to me there's an argument for grading ancients and medieval coins that does not exist quite the same as with US coins. All right, and our next good buddy Eli says, hey, I have a question, Ben. Do you think that some dealers will be willing to share a table with somebody at a coin show? Got any tips to help persuade dealers into a partnership too? Thank you. Okay, a couple things. First of all, you don't want to marry the first girl that says yes to taking you to the dance, right? I mean, it worked for me, but I got lucky. So you don't just go with whoever will say yes. You have to be selective. This is all about trust, and it's all about relationships. So you need to be able to build relationships with the people around you and build a trust factor, and just have an idea of whether or not the person that you're dealing with is going to be honest and helpful. Now, I was at a coin show recently, and I had a friend of mine that we went together, and he made the comment, this whole room is built on trust, right? There is so much trust in this industry, it's almost weird. And he's right. Like, you will see dealers just leave their stuff and have another dealer watch it for them because, that's their only chance to go get a potty break, right? So trust is very important. And also, knowing who you're dealing with, don't just say yes to the first guy don't just go with the first guy that'll say yes to you. Also, know from the people around you whether the person is trustworthy or not. So in some cases, it may be a friend, a family relative, your mom, somebody like your wife who says, I don't like that guy that you hang out with. Then you should reconsider hanging out with him, right? If your mom gets that feeling that you shouldn't be hanging out with this guy, find a different guy to hang out with, right? Find a different guy to hang out with. And I understand if you're in a more rural area, that can be difficult. You're going to have to start relying on a lot of your internet connections and things like that, the people that you've met in different ways. So always rely on learning from other people. Find somebody you can trust. As far as partnerships go, I wouldn't do a real partnership per se with somebody. In other words, like a whole big legal thing. Partnerships are the only ships that don't sail. That's a Dave Ramsey line, not my line. But truthfully, you want to be really, really careful anytime you're like entering in a partnership on a coin or with coin collections with people, because it's a very sticky wicket. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. So advice, build relationships with people and start slow and start local. If you have a local coin show or something that's in your county that comes up monthly or annually, if there are people at the coin club that and they have cheap tables at their show and they're $40 or whatever, and someone will split a table and you get a showcase. Start small, start simple, and take advice from the people around you, all right? The people you trust. I hope that helps a little bit, Eli. All right, so also we have a question here or a comment from Jade about some of the plastic holding. First of all, I made a video about early proofs and holders, and I want to thank every last one of you who mentioned that I mentioned dates for proof coins that don't exist. I goofed up, all right? But thanks for pointing it out. Some of you were very gracious, and others pretty much just mocked me, which is fine. That's okay. All right, let's see. We're talking about the soft plastic coin sleeves. Jade says that those were not a part of the original United States mint-proof packaging because in 1954, they were still using the cellophane plastic coin sleeves that would become brittle and develop a yellow tinge with old age. However, in 1955, the flat pack came out. The United States mint-proof sets were introduced, which used a different type of transparent plastic known as pliofilm, made from rubber hydrochloride. Also, inside the manila envelope of the flat pack proof coin set was a paper insert from Mrs. Ravy Beester, who was at the time the superintendent of the Philadelphia Mint. That insert explained what may appear to be a scratch on a coin was most likely instead a crease on the pliofilm. Well, this is good. Fact check time. I didn't fact check any of that, but when you use terms like pliofilm, how can you be lying to me, right? Thank you for dropping some knowledge on us. Anytime you get into the details of what type of plastic is what, I could very easily be lost. All right, we got time for one more here. Julian commenting on the $20 Liberties as being one of their favorite coin designs ever. The $20, not the St. Gaudens, but the $20 Liberty design. I think that the shield modification on the Type 2 was an improvement from the Type 1. The one thing I do like about the Type 3 is that there is more detail on Liberty's head despite the somewhat odd repositioning. I wish the Mint would do a modern release on the coin and proof. Mic drop, thank you, right? I mean, as long as we are going to redo coins, if you have seen a $20 gold piece in proof, they're stunning. And I thought that the Mint, when they redid the 2021, the Morgan dollars and Peace dollars, I thought the Peace dollars turned out really nice. And I'm looking forward to seeing what a proof Peace dollar looks like. We will see here. I think this is a great suggestion. The $20 Liberty gold coin redesign in proof. I think it would pop. I think it would look really nice. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you would like to join us some more, you can subscribe to the channel. Also, you can click on the Abraham Lincoln icon and find some membership information. Thanks so much for watching.